Who could forget when Holly Holm turned Ronda Rousey to Ronda Drowsy? Remember when Ronda Drowsey got knocked the fuck out in that UFC match with Holly Holm? Well, people wanted a rematch, and guess what? Ask and ye shall receive. Because the rematch is set, and it's set for July of 2016. I'm going to read you what OregonLive.com wrote about it. And this was in, I guess, the sports section by Jeffrey C. Arnold for the Oregonian / Oregon Live. So check this out. He writes, and I quote, Ronda Rousey will get the chance to avenge her stunning UFC loss. Listen to the language here. The stunning UFC loss. That's very interesting. She talked a lot of shit about wanting to fight Floyd Mayweather, and then she had a stunning loss. I'm just saying. And Holly Holm, for the record, said that Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time, didn't she? But anyways, back to the story. Ronda Rousey will get the chance to avenge her stunning UFC loss to Holly Holm in July, the president of UFC announced. UFC President Dana White told the Los Angeles Times that Holm will fight Rousey in a bantamweight title rematch on July 9th in Las Vegas. Quote, it's Rousey, White said. Ronda's never lost a fight. She will overcome it and be back. White's declaration runs counter to desires of Lenny Fresquez, Holm's manager and promoter. Fresquez said he preferred Holm to fight top-ranked contender Miesha Tate sooner than July. Fresquez also raised concerns about Rousey's readiness to fight so soon after her loss to Holm November 14th. Quote, I'm not sure Ronda will be ready for a July fight, Fresquez told the LA Times. Quote, she took a severe beating, and I don't think it's in her best interest to take the next fight so fast. They told me she'd been ready and cleared, but, end quote. Pause the story right there. I feel you. I totally agree. I mean, I forgot who it was, but somebody said flat out that Ronda almost died that night. And that's true. It was terrible. I'm not even into that UFC crap. But I mean, yeah, I did actually watch the match, and it made me cringe. That's exactly why I'm not into stuff like this. Anyways, I can't stomach it. I'm not really into the whole violence thing. Anyway, back to the story. Story goes on to say, White dismissed Fresquez's concerns and declared Holm's next fight will be against Rousey in the discussion. Quote, we're real concerned with his opinion, White said sarcastically. Holm, unbeaten in 10 fights, snatched the UFC title away from the previously undefeated Rousey by knocking out Rousey 12-1 in the second round with a left kick to the head in November. The upset attracted worldwide attention, setting up the obvious rematch and the likely increased attention, publicity, and revenue. Quote, Ronda Rousey has gone undefeated. She's taken the sport to another level and beaten the best women in the world. 14 seconds, 30 seconds, White told ESPN.com. She deserves a rematch. Holly agrees. She deserves a rematch. We'll figure it out. End quote. So here's the deal. Ronda Rousey better be doing some push-ups, eating her steaks, drinking her protein shakes, or however they prepare for these matches, because I'm telling you, Ronda Rousey versus Holly, the preacher's daughter Holmes, part 2, she better just go ahead and pray. Because whatever Holly Holm was doing in the last match definitely worked. I don't understand why Ronda Rousey would try to like box or kickbox with this woman like this. That's that woman's job, man. She should have just gone for grappling moves and stuff like that, and gone for takedowns and whatnot. Maybe put her in an arm bar, or what is it called, a rear naked choke or something like that. She should have wrapped her damn legs around this woman's neck and try to choke her out and yank her arm and pop it out of place and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You get your Steven Seagal on. It's just like Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting Steven Seagal. Yeah, Jean-Claude can do all them high fancy kicks and do splits with one foot on a truck and the other foot on another truck. Remember like he did in the, what was that, an advertisement or something? Some video a year or two ago. Anyways, the point is this. Holly Holm is a kicker and a puncher. She's a striker. Ronda Rousey should have not tried to fight this woman in a scrapping match. And if she tries to do it again, it may end up worse. She ended up in the hospital the first time, but she honestly looked like basically a dead body. She was basically laying there, could not even fight back, and Holly Holm was still just punching her in her face as she just laid there defenselessly. If the ref wouldn't have been so fast to break it up, I mean, yeah, it could have been tragic that night. Actually, it was tragic because Ronda's ego died that night. But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? Maybe Holly Holm is going to lose and she'll be defeated at least once. All I know is Ronda Rousey has a big old mouth, and I would say she put her own foot in it, but actually she didn't. She had Holly Holm's foot in her mouth. Hope she doesn't have athlete's foot, because Ronda Rousey would have athlete's tongue. Just saying. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com. Follow me on Twitter at Meat Magazine.